And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Thursday, October 26th. I am Josh Engleman here to break down just a two-game NBA slate. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm pretty happy it's a two-gamer. And you don't get that out of me all that frequently. But I'm ready for not 12 games. Early NBA is hard, man. It's a grind. But that's why we rise and grind. See what I did there? Fun times. What's going on, chat? Happy to have everybody here. If you are here right now, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Larry, I feel good. I got a good night's sleep. I passed out early. I passed out really early. So I played two lineups in the 888 last night. I didn't mass entry or anything. Didn't want to deal with it. But because of that, I basically had everybody lock by 8 o'clock. The only guy that I had left was Luka. Once he got ruled in, I didn't really have much to pay attention to. So I had the game on. I laid my head down, and I was just like, okay, if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. And then I did. And I was going to wake up and just go up to bed whenever I woke up. I didn't do that. I didn't wake up until like 4 something. So my body was telling me I needed it. Fun stuff. We've got Sixers Bucks tonight, and then Suns Lakers. Suns looking like they're going to be without Beal and Booker. That should be a great time. Can I do pick'em on underdog? Are you asking if I can do that, or are you asking if that's a thing? I hope you're following me for pick'em on Prize Picks. 4-0, back-to-back 2-0 nights. We went 2-0 on opening night. We went 2-0 yesterday. So make sure you're watching the Prize Picks video. That is on the Odds Shopper channel. Let's talk tip-off. Promo code tip-off. 20% off any NBA package. Links in the description of this video. If you click one of those links, it'll take you to a specific package, or it'll just take you to the NBA page. You're going to get 20% off. That's projections, ownership, boom, bust, all of our advanced data, along with the Sims tool. You can simulate a contest of 5,000 entries in like a minute, simulate all those lineups against each other, check out ROI for individual players. It's fantastic. I've been using it. It's great. Late swap tool. I used it last night. Didn't need anything late swap wise heading into those 8 o'clock games. It was still pretty much looking like my projections, but late swap tool is there. When news happens, you can completely revamp your lineups in the best possible way. Dennis, good to see you. I got it. I didn't look any higher there, Helms. Thanks. Gotcha. So I say we get into it. I'm gonna show you guys my lineups from last night. I'm gonna share our post contest sim, show you what I had, and then we can get into it. Since we only have 2 games, we can sort of take our time. So we know how to start this one. Thank you guys for being here. It's always awesome having everyone here for the process. I've got my coffee. I hope you guys do as well. I don't know what else you got. Coffee, tea, water, beer. Smoke a little herb. Breakfast time. You know what? I'm a little hungry. I don't want to. I've been pushing off. I've been doing the intermittent fasting with this NBA season. Not eating until, afternoon. Feeling great. But I kind of want to go try one of those breakfast crunch wraps. I also feel like I should just make it myself. So I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. If you have one, enjoy it. I've got my coffee, though. It's rise and grind time, everybody. 2-game slate. Thursday. There's football today, too. That should be fun. But I'm on the NBA side of this one. Cheers, everybody. Bang. Good enough. I'll take it. Ooh, Larry. Don't be planting those seeds in my head, brother. Chick-fil-A is the closest thing to me for food. Can't think about it. Okay. I don't need to be on this screen anymore, so let's go to the real view. Boom. And then, so here's I'm going to share two things. I want to share this because I think it's important to show an independent source for myself as well. So, top of the screen, what I'm wiggling around right now, that is from the independent source. And it shows how I did with my two lineups last night. Positive 8.6% ROI. This was a 1,000-person contest. Again, 888 to get in. To be across that zero mark, I'm happy about that. That's a strong field. Lots of high dollar players, lots of the all the best players in the world. So to cross that threshold of being positive, I'm very happy. The lineup on the left, the one that I'm shaking now, that is the lineup that ended up finishing, I don't remember, 51st, I think. So, mostly happy with that performance. I mean, it paid off for sure. Mark Williams ended up in both of my lineups, as did Jaren Jackson, as did Desmond Bane. That went very well for me for Mark Williams. I had him projected better than a lot of people. And that ended up working out really well. I know we went for 40 plus on FanDuel. I think he went for like 37 or something on DK. Good enough for me. Hero was a disappointment, unfortunately. The Bulls, the Zach LaVine, the lineup on the right was just a death sentence. But these are the two lineups that I ended up playing. But now I'm going to I want to share and show you guys what our post-contest simulator looks like at Stochastic. So this is where I normally go to evaluate my performance. So as I pop this up on the screen, I could show you guys what this looks like. So I have already pulled up this contest, and right out of the gate, you could just look simply, if you want to sort by ROI, by the actual ROI, to see who won contests, fantasy points and things like that. I looked at it, I have mine pinned to the top, but if we sort by ROI, positive 31 on the on our post-lock sim. So positive on one source, independent, positive on the Stochastic source. I have to feel pretty good about the lineups that I put in yesterday. This was the same scenario, even with the giant fade from Jokic. Same scenario as night one. If you want to see, you can see some familiar names here. There's the Colts. He had one of the better lineups in the contest pre-lock. No surprise there from this tool. But mine, that was plus 51% sim ROI on one lineup. That's the lineup that actually got wrecked by having the Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, Evan Mobley, Jaren Jackson group. And then positive 11% on my second lineup. That was the one that ended up finishing 51st. But you can check this out for all the contests that existed for yesterday if you want to. But as I look at it, for me personally, if I'm going to have positive ROI on two separate sites, positive ROI on the lineups, that's the best that I can do. I got my money in the middle as best I could. So, good day yesterday. Happy for it. Back today, max entry. Trying to grab that 100K. You get that when you sign up using the promo code TIPOFF, by the way, guys. That's included in the Sims package. Have the perfect ability to evaluate everything you are doing from a DFS perspective. Very helpful. All right, 2 games. It is time to do it. Let me know, guys. Do I have this zoomed in far enough? You guys let me know. We are going to start this one off with the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going to take another sip of coffee. That one sip was not enough. There we go. Best I could do. There you go, Ryan. Philadelphia 76ers, 5.5-point dogs in Milwaukee. 224 total. The Philadelphia 76ers will be without James Harden today. I don't think anybody's going to be super surprised by that. Oh, and don't forget, hit that like button. We still want to try to get to 100 likes by the time we get to 7 a.m. That's the goal. 100 likes in the first half hour of the show. This one's going to be a little tamer than the first two. I mean, we got 450 people in the house yesterday. on a Thursday with the NFL after 2 days of NBA, we're going to, the realness is going to be in the building for today. This is going to be a light one. But anyway, we need to project out this Philadelphia 76ers team. So let's do it. Tyrese Maxey is going to start at the point. I think we can all feel pretty good about that one. I'm going to pull up the Sixers from last year because the second game, Suns Lakers, we can work off of rotations from the first game, but for this one, we're still flying blind. So let's go ahead and assume Maxey played about 34 minutes a game last year. I feel pretty good just popping him in for 34. And then similar story for Embiid. I feel pretty good popping him in for 34. After that, it starts to get kind of awful. I assume the other starters are going to be Melton, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker. So at least the starting lineup is going to be easy to manage. Now, with no Harden, I want to know how many minutes DeAnthony Melton played last year without James Harden around. So let's say DeAnthony Melton played in the game. Let's say DeAnthony Melton started. James Harden. You know what? I'm going to say at least one of James Harden or Tyrese Maxey didn't play. Because I think the proxy stays the same. All right. Melton starts. At least one or Harden or Maxey misses the game. That was 30 games. Melton started 30 games, 974 minutes. So he averaged 32 and a half minutes per game when either Harden or Maxey or both didn't play. I feel pretty good going 31 to Melton right out of the gate. All right. So that's one. Tobias Harris, I don't think is going to be all that difficult to figure out. He averaged 32 minutes a game 33 minutes a game last year. So I'm going to pop Tobias Harris in for 33 minutes. PJ Tucker, he started 75 games last year. I would not have guessed that, by the way. Played 25 and a half minutes. Sounds about right. We'll go 26. I assume he doesn't show up for anything that matters. And we're going to have a bunch of rates that we need to tweak and everything for Philly. So this is going to be the first team that we're really taking the time to dig into. We're flying blind on Tuesday. Yesterday was just bulk effort. This one, I'm going to sit back, relax, and really dial in all of the projections to start the day. So that's our first five for the Sixers. Everybody else that's going to play is a different story. And that is what we need to get into right now. So let's think about this a little bit in terms of backups to certain positions. Let's see. NBA preseason Sixers. That actually showed up. I didn't expect that. I need to put do not disturb on so I don't get any notifications while I'm doing this show. Let's put the watch on. That's fully charged. All right, Sixers. We got 25 minutes out of Harris in the final preseason game. Tucker played 19, 30 out of Embiid, 30 out of Maxey, 25 out of Melton. Interesting. Kelly Oubre got 24. Furkan Korkmaz got 20. Let's go ahead and assume the B-ball Paul is going to be the backup. Yeah, it's good to see S&P. All right, so we get B-ball Paul in for backup run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they ran 10 real guys in double digits, but one of those guys wasn't Pat Bev. I have to assume that Pat Bev is playing at least as the backup point guard. So we need to get Kelly Oubre in for 24 minutes or so. So I'm just going to pop those Kelly Oubre minutes in right in the middle and then spread him out when I figure out where everybody else's positions go. I have to assume Pat Bev is the backup point guard. It would be weird to me if he wasn't. But then that leaves... Is that going to be Daniel House at the 4 or Harris at the 4, however we want to call that? I don't think we're going to see Danny Green just yet. I know they like Jaden Springer, but I can't. And Springer played twice as much as Beverly in that last game, but I don't know. Maybe it's Springer, maybe it's Bev. This is going to be one where I'll need a little bit more information throughout the day from some other sources. I'm going to say House is going to play some sort of backup run. So we have, let's say, I'm going to give House. We have 8 guys in already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 2 more to split 30 minutes. So I'm going to go 15 minutes House, 15 minutes Korkmaz. That's going to be my guess to start. Let's go 15 to House. And then I move 7 of Harris's minutes to the 4. We pop Korkmaz in for 15. And that's going to be our rotation. Now, rates. Definitely need to take a look at rates. So, back to Philly. We're going to say games that James Harden did not play. And then we're going to say played in game Melton, Tucker, Embiid, Harris. I guess I probably don't even need to include Tucker, do I? Let's remove Tucker. So that'd be... We want at least 3 of the 4 of Melton, Embiid, Harris, and Maxey in games that he did not play. How many games did Harden miss last year? Probably like, what, 20? 25? I actually don't know the answer. Harden played 58 games. Okay. So there were 17 games last season where at least 3 of Melton, Embiid, Harris, and Maxey played and Harden didn't. So that helps us out a little bit in terms of rates. And I want to start that off by looking at the usage rate for Tyrese Maxey. So Embiid in this scenario had a 40% usage rate. Now, I cannot go to 40 for Embiid. There's like an upper bound that I think it's important to hit. Like last season, for instance, the highest usage rate in the league was 37.8%. That would have been Giannis. Embiid was at 37%. I feel pretty good saying 37% for Joel Embiid today. But then we need to think about Maxey, usage rate of 29% in that scenario where James Harden did not play in the game. Now, I don't want to go that heavy either. Maxey had a usage rate on the season of 24. So it was 24 for the year. It was 29 with Harden out. I'm going to go ahead and go 27 Tyrese Maxey. And then we also need to hit Tobias Harris. Harris and Melton were both in that like 19 to 21 range. So I'm going to pop Tobias Harris in for 20. I'm going to pop the Anthony Melton in for 19. And at that point, the only guy left is Kelly Oubre. Now, Kelly Oubre is definitely a guy that's going to soak up some usage. We've known that forever. Everybody else on this team is not much of a usage guy. So as I look at it, Oubre, 25% usage last year for Charlotte, normally in the 20, 21 range. I got him projected for 21 in this game. I think that's going to hold. I don't think I need to make another change. Maybe B-Ball Paul. I might want to put somebody in there to like soak up the dead usage. But for right now, I don't think much of this is crazy. I think we got the 4 guys that we needed the most. Now, assist rate stuff. I'd like to see that for Maxey with these guys out. Or with Harden out, at least. Maxey, 7.5 assists per 100 possessions with James Harden not around. I'm a little lighter on that rate, so let's go ahead and bump that up. Ooh, that should be a percentage. Let's reformat some of this stuff. There we go. So let's get Maxey in for a 7 assist rate, and then we'll evaluate this. We'll take a look at some props and stuff too. I don't really think we need to worry too much. Embiid's assist rate is pretty sizable in that scenario. I'm going to bump him up. He does a little bit more ball handling. When do I get an emote? I have one, I believe. Unless they took it away. Would be not very nice. All right, big rebounding numbers out of Embiid. I don't see too much I need to change there. So I think I'm good on Philly rates. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Milwaukee side. The Philly end of this one was pretty easy. Milwaukee, probably a little bit more difficult because now we're integrating Damian Lillard instead of Drew Holiday. So we're going to have Dame starting. You know, you have to imagine Dame's playing like 34 minutes, 35 minutes, something like that. I know Chris Middleton is going to be limited to a degree. I'm guessing Malik Beasley is going to be that final starter. But let's pull up the Milwaukee Bucks minutes from last year, get an idea of what that balance was. Now, different coach, so not ideal. But we kind of know baselines. We know what people can handle. So we'll get Brook Lopez in there at center, playing 30 minutes. I assume Bobby Portis will be the backup center. Let's just go ahead straight away and give him 18. We'll go ahead and pop Giannis in at the 4. Go 32 minutes on Giannis. Big Gritter. Yeah, I've done 2 prize picks videos. I'm 4-0. They are both posted on the Odd Shopper channel. Sorry you missed them. You'd have more money. Now, Middleton's minutes and Malik Beasley's minutes are going to be pretty interesting. Okay, so I'm going to say Chris Middleton's going to play 20 minutes. Here are the quotes from Adrian Griffin. Griffin said the team wanted to be cautious. He only played 12 minutes in the preseason. Going from 12 minutes to 35 is probably not a smart thing to do. Griffin did say that Middleton would have a larger workload than he did in his lone preseason appearance. So I think, look, unless Middleton has a salary that I haven't seen yet, I'm assuming he is unplayable today. Now, because of the reduced minutes there, I think we're going to have to get at least 28 minutes out of Malik Beasley, maybe more. Then we get to the rest of this team, and that's probably where it starts to get tricky. It's just a different team. No Grayson Allen in these parts any longer. Their final preseason game was against the Grizzlies. Bucks. Giannis played 27 minutes. Middleton only played 12. Brook Lopez played 19. Malik Beasley played 25. Damian Lillard played 27. I'm going to take Beasley back up to 30 now. Jay Crowder played pretty sizable minutes. Bobby Portis didn't play at all. Does anybody know if something's wrong with Bobby Portis? I can't imagine that was an intentional move. Jay Crowder looks like he's going to be back, so let's get Jay Crowder at least 16 minutes at the 4. Pat Connaughton looks like he'd probably be pretty good for 20. I'm just going to put these in here as placeholders, and then we'll figure it out from there. They played a bunch of other dudes. Thanasis played 14 minutes. That's funny. They have Campaign, who didn't really play too much. Ty Washington played 14 minutes. Do I want to assume Ty Washington is the guy? I also know that I don't have Ty Washington's name duplicated for FanDuel. He doesn't have the junior on FanDuel. Ty Washington. Bruce. Larry, thank you. Okay. Looks like they're going to go I mean, that's 8 guys. The final 2 guys are going to be Marchand Beauchamp, and then I'm gonna say Ty Ty Washington for right now, but I don't know if that's true. So I'm gonna go 14 minutes here to Ty Ty Washington, and then I'm going to. Where is Marchand Beauchamp? I'm going to go 18 minutes to Marchand Beauchamp. I actually want to go maybe 2 more to Connaughton. And then 6 more to Crowder gets him to 22. I like that rotation. How many minutes did... Let's see. We're going to do a Bucks exercise now, too. So in games... Where is it? All right. In games where Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Giannis all played, I want to know how many minutes Bobby Portis played in those games. So I kind of want to give him like 2 or 4. We got to remember, yesterday, the minutes for the backups didn't matter at all. And shout out to the 140 people that are here. The minutes to the backups didn't really matter at all because it was a 12-game slate. Today, every minute matters. All right, so Portis in 20... So they played 26 games with all 4 guys active. Portis played 360 minutes in those 26 games, which is 14 minutes a game? That can't be right. 19 divided by 26. Wow, okay. Then I'm happy with this rotation. We're going to move forward with this one, which means we got to take a look at rates. Now, obviously, everything is going to look a little bit different with Damian Lillard here now. Everybody's usage rate is going to change a bit. Last year, when everybody was active, Giannis had a 39% usage rate, but Drew was only at 22. Middleton was at 27. So... I don't think that Giannis is going to have a 39% usage rate or 38% usage rate like he did before. I think we're probably going to look at something in like the 34 range, maybe. This is where it gets tricky because we don't know this. So Giannis was at 34 before last year, 32 the year before that, and 36 in 2020. I'm going to lock him in somewhere in that like 34 range. And then for Dame was at 33 last year, 29 the year before, 30 the year before that. I think we can feel pretty comfortable popping Dame in at like 30. Wavy, good to have you here. Ken, you as well. So after that, the only guy that we have left then is like basically Middleton, who I'll pop in for 24. I don't care too much about everybody else's usage because it's going to be really difficult for a lot of these guys to take. Like everybody's going to take a haircut with Dame in now. You have to. There's no other way around it. With Dame, Giannis, and Middleton, everybody's taking a usage haircut. Like Brook Lopez was at 19% last year. His best bet is going to be like 17 and a half. Like Ty Ty Washington, Pat Connaughton. Some of these guys are just not going to shoot the ball. Beasley, for instance. I mean, Beasley's going to get a lot of open looks, but there's going to be days where he just does not have the ball. I think we're going to go with what we have here right now. What was Portis' usage in that situation? Portis... 21 still. There we go. That's the best that we're going to do right now. Einsteinium, yes, I think that Giannis is going to take a usage hit. Giannis' usage last year was 38%. That's big. All right, I think we're good there. Dame assist rate, I'm not going to stress about too much. I assume that all stands pretty similar. Could see Giannis's assist rate come down a hair, just having the ball a little bit less. I think we're going to push forward and look at rates. So here we go. Game number 1. Philadelphia 76ers on the screen. I did some manipulation here, guys. I got you guys a much better visual. DraftKings on the top, FanDuel on the bottom. Y'all happy? Ooh, I got to give Daniel House a name too. So I'm guessing Daniel House is just Daniel House on FanDuel. So Daniel House Jr. Daniel House. Perfect. Ignore the boom column for right now. Those numbers are not going to be accurate until we finish off the rest of the games. 5x, 6x, 7x will all look correct, as will the values. Actually, can I just... Does that break everybody? Sort of. We'll make it 40. At least it'll be a little bit more interesting. All right, so on the DK side, S&P, their defense is going to be bad. Like their league average, I don't know. It's not going to be a good defense in Milwaukee this year. Like last year, Milwaukee was 4th in defense. That is just absolutely not happening. I figure they're probably like, 11th to 15th is my guess. But their offense, they were basically, so here on dunks and threes, they were 13th in offensive rating and 4th in defensive rating. I think flipping those is a really realistic way to look at this. 4th in offense, 13th in defense. Sounds about right. All right, so for the Sixers, on the DraftKings side, Embiid looks fantastic at 10,300. He looks really good. 11% chance to 7x. 7x would be 70 fantasy points. 63% chance to get to 50. Yeah, I like Embiid. $7,500 Maxey is the second best option here, but $5,300 DeAnthony Melton, if he's playing starter minutes, and I think that he is. I would imagine he is. Although this is a game where you would likely see more PJ Tucker. So, in theory, like Oubre can close over Melton, or House could close over Melton. I don't really see anybody else in that. As we look at everybody else, Tobias Harris is all right at 6,600. Not much else here for me. Oubre's too expensive. He's 5,700, shooting guard, small forward. He's going to have to shoot the lights out. B-Ball Paul, having power forward eligibility, is mildly appealing. It's certainly helpful. As we look at the FanDuel end of it, Embiid is 11-2. Harder price tag to get to, but, still looks good. Melton, 5,800, so he's a little bit more expensive. Maxey and Harris both sort of look the same. That Oubre price is still a little high. Don't really see much love for PJ Tucker today. I think if you're focusing on Philly, it's Embiid, it's Maxey, and then it's Melton. On the Milwaukee end, Giannis is 10,200. Hard to not prefer Giannis to Embiid because of the position. Giannis has power forward eligibility as well as center. That's just going to be so much easier. It's going to be easier to roster more Giannis than it is to roster Joel Embiid. What else do we got here? Dame is 9K on DraftKings, 9,500 on FanDuel. Happily get to Dame at 9K. That's a really nice number. Assuming he's what I think he's going to be. Ooh, let's look at props. I can find out how how juiced up I might have my numbers. So I'm going to pull up the props on FanDuel for right now. Just because it's the easiest visual to get for me, I can get to it pretty quickly. Player points. Joel, well, actually, we'll use Milwaukee since that's what's on the screen right now. 27.5, slight juice to the over for Giannis. I got him at 27.2. I will take it. Lillard, 26.5, slight juice to the over. I have him at 28. I'll take that projection as well. So I'm very happy with how I have Dame and Giannis blindly, I might add. I was not ready for this one. Brook Lopez. Middleton has a prop of 12.5. I got him at 11 here, so maybe we should expect like 2 or 4 more minutes out of Chris Middleton. Something to pay attention to throughout the day. Brook Lopez's prop is at 13.5, juice to the under. I got him at 13.7. And then Malik Beasley is 9.5, juice to the under. I have him at 11.7. In that regard, I am going to take 2 minutes from Malik Beasley. And I'm going to pop them on to Bobby Portis. That brings Beasley down to 10.8, a little bit more manageable. I don't really see anything else that I need to touch on here for Milwaukee. I do want to look at the assist rates for Giannis. 5.5 assists is the line. That's exactly where I have it. Dame is at 7.5, but he's minus 142 to the under. I got it at 7.1. I will take that, guys. I will take that for sure. I think that looks pretty good. I cannot complain about that at all. Rebounds for Giannis. Last thing I want to see. Line set at 11.5. I got 11.7. That's what we're talking about, guys. Great start to the Milwaukee projections. Great start. Let's look at Philly quickly. I got Embiid at 31 real points. Line is set at 29.5. I don't hate that. I can make a little bit of an adjustment, take 1 percentage point off of usage. It would be like 30.5, and I would be right on the number. So no problems there. And then I want to look quickly to see our like number, which is currently sitting at 63. It's 708, guys. Just in case you're curious. You guys are 37 likes short of where we needed to be. Not good. Not good, folks. Not good. Hit that like button. All right, Maxi's points prop is at 22.5, slightly juiced to the under. I got him at 23.9. I'm okay with that. Anywhere within a point, I'm going to feel pretty good about it. Tobias Harris at 14.5. I got 15.8. That'll work. Nobody else listed for Philly? Nope. All righty. I'll take that. Player assist for Maxi. 5.5 to the under. 5.2. Cool. Joel Embiid, 4.5 to the over. I got 5.2. Awesome. Feeling great. Moving forward, game 1 in the books. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. Now we get to the teams that have already played, which is honestly low-key worse for the Phoenix Suns because I don't think we're going to be seeing the true Phoenix Suns. Doubtful tag on Bradley Beal. Doubtful tag on Devin Booker. This is going to be a disaster. So I'm going to pull every single projection for minutes that I had from the previous game. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And then we're going to try to project this out. So I'm going to assume that Eric Gordon starts alongside Grayson Allen, Josh Okogie, Kevin Durant, and Yusuf Nurkic. I'm also going to finally popcorn machine it up. Nice to do. Let's take a look at those rotations for Phoenix in game 1. We ended up getting 27.5 minutes out of Yusuf Nurkic. He did miss the final couple seconds of the game, which doesn't surprise me. And he did sit the final 43 seconds of the second quarter. I feel pretty comfortable saying 28 minutes to Yusuf Nurkic. Now, Drew Eubanks played the other 19. So they basically split. The only time that they didn't, they split the first quarter, they split the second quarter. They didn't, that little sliver at the end of each second and fourth quarter is the only time they weren't together. So I'm going to go 19 minutes to Drew Eubanks. Kevin Durant is an easy one. We don't have to stress too much there. He played 36 minutes against Golden State. I'm going to assume Kevin Durant is playing 36 minutes tonight. We got 31 and a half minutes out of Josh Okogie. That it seems like at a minimum he's going to need to play 32 minutes. So let's pop that in. Grayson Allen got the start, played 20 minutes. Really weird rotations. He's going to certainly play more. I'm going to go to 28 on Grayson Allen. And then Eric Gordon came off the bench, played 31 minutes. If he can play 31-7 off the bench, I assume he starts and does the same thing. So I'm going 32. Assuming that is the starting lineup. So Gordon was the first guy off the bench, then Eubanks. Yuta Watanabe was the third guy off. He played 18 minutes. I think we need to assume Watanabe is going to play a little bit more than that here. Now, Watanabe, hard to say really what role he was playing. So we're going to go 1, 12. Take him up to 20. That wasn't right. So 7:29. There we go. We got to get Jordan Goodwin in. He played 14 minutes in the first game. Was basically the Devin Booker backup. They played alongside of each other a very tiny bit, but 14 minutes. I'm going to give him 18 for right now. And then Nas Little did play 3 minutes. This seems like a spot where he should play. And then there's one last rotation spot to have to fill. Unless they go to 9, which is very viable. Actually, let's do that. Can I give... Let's assume that Nas Little is going to play like 14 minutes. That leaves me 13 minutes if I think they're going to play 10 dudes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They played 10 with Nas Little only playing about 3 minutes in the third quarter. I don't know who that final guy would be. Is Saban Lee with the team? Best I can tell, yes. Saban Lee spot track. All right, so Saban Lee is on a 2-way. No reason he can't be here. I'm guessing it's Saban Lee. Because Damian Lee is hurt. In theory, Keita Bates-Diop could see the floor. Maybe it is Keita Bates-Diop and not Saban Lee. Now, they're going to need another ball handler, and I don't think they just want... Although, they probably don't want Jordan Goodwin playing alongside of Saban Lee. Suns preseason... Maybe that'll be a leading factor here for us. Final preseason game was against the Lakers, oddly enough. Saban Lee played 16 minutes. Keita Bates-Diop played 15 minutes. Jordan Goodwin played 14 minutes. Man, this is dicey. It's an important decision point, too. Jordan Goodwin 6'4". Saban Lee 6'2". I don't know if they're going to want to play those guys alongside of each other. If they stagger this up a little bit, maybe they want to go to KDB. It's so hard to tell here. I said KDB. KBD. KDB would be Kevin De Bruyne. Look, I think it's possible it's K debates Diop. But it's tricky. It can go either way. I don't have a great feel for it for right now. Look, K debates Diop not playing in the first game is interesting to me. To lose another guard, you would expect a guard to step into that role. So I'm going to go 13 minutes to Saban Lee right now, but obviously, like if I get to the middle of the day and our projections and everybody else has something different, like I'm going to look into it further, but it's 7:17 in the morning. We're going to wait for more information. I'm leading the charge here, folks. I'm the pace car of this bad boy. All right, so there we go. Suns rates are in. Now we need to think about what Kevin Durant is when nobody else is on the floor. How many games did Kevin Durant, I'm just going to put Kevin Durant on, and I'm going to take Devin Booker off the floor last year. It can't be a lot of minutes. Yeah, so Durant played 148 minutes last season without... Oh, and I guess this season without Booker on the floor. 35.5% usage rate. There's no reason to suspect it's anything less than 35. There's nobody else out there that is going to shoot. Nurk is probably set up for a potentially big day. I just don't know if anybody can get him the ball. After that, I don't really know. I don't really have anybody else I could give like a usage juice to. Eric Gordon typically sees a pretty big usage bump in those spots. Maybe today he'd be looking at it. I'm going to look at Houston. Eric Gordon on. And then... let's just say KPJ and Jalen Green off. That's probably still a pretty sizable sample. Yeah, 476 minutes with Porter Jr. and Green off last year. Eric Gordon ended up with a 26% usage rate. I don't want to go that crazy, but he's certainly going to be, average. Did he get assists in those scenarios? Assist rate did jump up to like 7%. Take him to like 5.5 there. For the most part, I don't think I want to make any other changes. I'm going to set Phoenix for right now. We'll evaluate on some of the props. I don't know what the prop market's going to look like with Phoenix since the doubtful tags are there. Let's go to the Lakers. Lakers should be a little bit easier to deal with. 94 likes, 197 people. Guys, we need to be 50-50. Hit that thumbs up. Let's take a look at Popcorn Machine. We'll look at that first game for the Lakers. That should help to figure out most of this rotation. I'm going to delete it again. It's always fun to just start from scratch. So we got AD. We got D'Angelo Russell playing 36 minutes. I certainly didn't see that one coming. I'm not going to project that for today either. I'm going to go 35, I guess. I mean, that's 36 minutes, and they didn't play the final minute of the game. Minute 15, actually. All right, so 35 minutes for Russell. Reeves played 31, 32, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pop him right in for what he played. Yeah, S&P, I'm with you. On a day like today, at least. We'll see what I'll see what the value numbers and everything look like. All right, then we got Taurean Prince, who was great. He played 30 minutes, standard rotations. I have no reason to suspect he's not going to do that again. Then we get LeBron in. He played 29 minutes in elevation. I'm going to give him 30. I don't like it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he came out and played like 34 in front of the home crowd. And then we got AD playing 34 minutes. So perfect. We'll do that. Rui off the bench first, played 14 and a half minutes. Probably could have played like 16. So I'm going to give him 16 to start. And then Gabe Vincent played 22 minutes. Did play alongside D'Angelo Russell for a bit. I don't see anything crazy there. I'm going to give Gabe Vincent 20. Jackson Hayes was the first big off the bench. Was not great, honestly. Only played 7 minutes. Didn't play again in the second half other than the garbage run. I don't know. Give him 10. And then give Christian Wood, who played... Should be a good matchup for Christian Wood. Wood played 15 minutes. I'm going to say that he probably does something like that again. So let's slowly move some of these minutes around. That leaves me 19 minutes for who? They played 9 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Oh, Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish played 17 minutes. Found it. Shout out Max Christie, I guess. We'll pop Cam Reddish in for 18, and then I'm just going to hide a minute on Max Christie. Usage rates. Let's make sure all the rates look good here. I assume they do. I did make those tweaks to AD, Russell, and LeBron, so I don't think I have anything else I want to change. I was happy with my Lakers projections last game. I'm happy here. John P. I think it's funny that you think Darvin Ham is the guy that controls D'Angelo Russell's usage. All right, I got to make one tweak here. So let's go. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. All righty. Phoenix Suns. Kevin Durant is the best play today. He's best play on the slate. It's not close. He's 8,900, power forward eligible. If Devin Booker's not playing, I don't know how Kevin Durant isn't the best guy. Calls the plays. There's not an offensive coordinator. D'Angelo Russell's just going to do his shit. That dude likes to shoot, man. What you're asking is to remove D'Angelo Russell from the floor. That's going to be how you get him to not shoot. That's the only way. If D'Angelo Russell isn't shooting, you shouldn't have D'Angelo Russell on the team. It's not like you want to take away the only thing that he knows how to do. Like, D'Angelo Russell was a 61% true shooting player last year. 61%. And you want him to shoot less. If he shoots less, he's not in the NBA. He's one of the worst defensive players in basketball. The real problem is playing D'Angelo Russell. But the last thing he should do is stop shooting. It's his only redeemable talent. Okay. Do I think that Austin Reeves is a better player? Yes. But you can't just say Reeves is more efficient. He was 70% true shooting last year on 15% usage. He played less and shoots less. So he's taking different shots. His efficiency is higher in this instance because it can be. When your usage rate is in the 15s, you're not exactly forcing any looks. Look at free throw rate. Ah! John, I like Austin Reeves more than D'Angelo Russell. I agree with you. But you can't say that you don't want Russell to shoot. That's the wrong way to look at this. You want to remove him from the floor. If he's shooting, that's great. Shooting good. Everything else bad. We got to remember, last year, Austin Reeves took 2 threes per game. That is not this year he's taking 2 threes. Last year he took 3.4 threes per game. That's not a lot. That's not a big number. That's not a guy that's like threatening with threes. Russell took 7. Yeah. If you want him to have the ball in his hands less, you need to remove him from the Lakers. That's the play. Play Kevin Durant in an aggressive manner at 8,900. I played a shit ton of Yusuf Nurkic on night 1. He's 6,100 here on DK. That price is way too low for what he does. He's 7,900 on FanDuel. That's way less appealing. By the way, Durant 9,800 on FanDuel, also great. Assuming Eric Gordon is going to play 32 minutes again like I have him projected, he's 4,400 shooting guard small forward. Incredible value. Incredible value. Those 3 guys are the easy 3 guys to get here. Drew Eubanks as a backup center, 3,900. I like on DraftKings. Jordan Goodwin, I am a little scared about here. I'm going to take some playing time away from Jordan Goodwin. One minute away from him. Give that to Nas Little. That helps a little bit, soften the edges. Okogie's fine. Watanabe's all right if he really is playing 20 minutes at 3,300. Really nice value option. For him to get to 20 plus, he does it 20% of the time. All right. I'm going to assume that the 36 real point projection that I have on Kevin Durant is a tad high. We might need to tweak some rates. Doesn't make him not the best play, though. Okay, so no, we don't have any player props on FanDuel for the Suns. We do have them for the Lakers, so let's look at the Lakers. For the Lake Show, AD, 8,800 center only. I mean, the AD-KD pair is going to be very, very popular because of their prices. D'Angelo Russell is 5,500 on DraftKings today. What? 6K on FanDuel. I mean, Russell looks great. That's a tough one to want to get to. Even if I cut a minute from him. D'Angelo Russell looks fantastic. AD looks really good. 10-3 on FanDuel for AD with power forward is helpful. LeBron's 8,700. I mean, you can still play him if he's playing 30 minutes, small forward, power forward on a 2-game slate. He's 10K on FanDuel. I don't see that one as viable. For LeBron to 6X, I got that at 3% on FanDuel. On DraftKings, it's 21%. So I don't really see a scenario where you're playing LeBron much on FanDuel. Taurean Prince, 4,300. If he's going to be playing 30 minutes, nice value again. I assume he'll bust now. And then 5,600 for Reeves looks good. I don't know how you play Reeves for 6,900 on FanDuel, though. That's a terrible price tag. But D'Angelo Russell's the best play on the Lakers. If you say that it's not AD. Bang, guys. 2 games up, 2 games down. Still took us an hour, but I want to dig into some of this stuff. Time to run some crunches, find out what the optimal lineups are. What do you guys say? Actually, let me look at those Lakers props. I forgot to do that. LeBron, 24.5 points. Ooh, okay. So I'm a little high on LeBron's points here. 20 and a half is the projection, and I got him at 24 and a half. So let's think that through a little bit. Maybe the usage rate needs to come down a notch. I have him shooting 31% from 3, basically league average true shooting. Yeah, okay. I'm okay with it. AD's points prop is at 23 and a half. That is where I have AD. Russell. Okay, so That's an interesting one that I'll probably dig into through the day because I might be over projecting D'Angelo Russell by a bit. His points prop is 13.5 juice to the over. So if you want to call that 14.5, I have him at 16.5. Maybe I'm just a little bit more of a believer. I got him as a fantasy point per minute guy for the game. Torian Prince is at 9.5. I got him at 11. I'm okay with this. I think I'm juicing the right dudes here. Phrasing. AD's rebound prop is 12.5. I got him at 13. LeBron is at 7.5. I got him at 7.5. Might be a pace thing. I might need to lower the pace a little bit in this game. Assist rate. Russell's at 5.5. Juice to the over. I got 5.9. AD. Actually, LeBron's is probably more interesting there. 5.5 as well. Neutral. I got him at 5. Okay, I'm happy with this. Let's run the crunches. Let's figure out what the optimal lineups are, and then let's get out of here. Because then I have to record a million videos. 2 NFL contenders, 2 NBA contenders, prize picks, strategy show, and then we are done for the day. I'm not on a show later tonight. Yay. Yay all around. All right. I will make this bigger in a second. I just need to add the projections first. Alrighty. Move that bad boy over there. Refresh. Collapse. Bang. Got it. All right. Projections are in. When's Adam returning? Monday, I believe. So he took like 2 months off throughout the end of the baseball season and stuff because he could. And then unfortunately for him, he had a death in the family, but someone involved, his uncle, his grandmother's son, was out of the country, so they didn't do the service immediately. So they're actually doing it now. So he would have been here now, but he's out of town going to that service. So he had to take an extra week on the end of his 2-month sabbatical, which is annoying, I'm sure, for him. All right. Optimal lineups on DraftKings. Here we go. Ooh, that's not what I was expecting. 282. DeAnthony Melton, Tyrese Maxey, Eric Gordon, Yuta Watanabe, Yusuf Nurkic, D'Angelo Russell, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. I'm not surprised to see the KD-AD sitch, and I do think I'm probably a point or two high on Russell, although I think he's a good play either way. Watanabe appears to be the value guy we're looking at, and I think that has to make sense if he played 18 minutes in the first game. So that's what we've got. Optimal lineup on DraftKings. Let's hit it with 100% randomness, and let's see who climbs to the top. $100% randomness, 150 lineups. Kaboom. Russell, Durant, Gordon, Yusuf Nurkic, AD, Jordan Goodwin. Gonna be a problem, guys. Gonna be a real problem. But if he's playing 14 minutes in a game where we did have Devin Booker, what happens when you don't? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is Goodwin. Melton 7, Prince 8, Watanabe 9, Maxey 10, and then you get Dame and Giannis. Interested to see what the ownership ends up looking like. Let's close it out with FanDuel. All right, FanDuel projections. Boop. Okay, share this tab. Wow, that worked really fast. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't think this is going to work the way that I wanted to. Nope, didn't think so. Oh, guys, thanks for being here, by the way. Make sure you continue to hit that like button. Make sure you're signing up for our NBA Sims package. 20% off. Links in the description. Promo code is TIPOFF. If you watch the beginning of the show, you'll see my positive ROI. They are obtained by this Sims tool. All righty. FanDuel Optimals. Here we go. 299.37. Optimal lineup by 0.19. D'Angelo Russell, DeAnthony Melton, Eric Gordon, Malik Beasley, Grayson Allen, Yuta Watanabe, AD, KD, Joel Embiid. Whoo, baby. Look at that value. Look what the value on the Suns does. You get Grayson Allen and Watanabe in there, and all of a sudden it's AD, KD, Joel Embiid. Triple pay-ups. Good luck on FanDuel today, guys. Yeah, S&P, I'm with you. Too early for me to know those things, you know? We need to get the word out. It's a wisdom of crowds approach. You need to source this from a couple different, smart sources. That first lineup for FanDuel is wild. 100% randomness. Here we go. My boy D'Angelo Russell at the top. KD, DeAnthony Melton, Eric Gordon, Grayson Allen, Maxey, Embiid, AD, Lillard, and Malik Beasley. Dude, Giannis is going to have 90 fantasy points tonight at like low-ish ownership. Oh, man. Guys, that's it. That's all I got. A little bit over an hour. Hey, we didn't go the full 2 like we did yesterday. We'll have a long one tomorrow, but it won't be as bad now that we have rotations. I'll probably do a little bit of prep work on some rates too. Guys, thanks for being here. I assume we're well over 100 likes now. We certainly are. Thank you guys for that. I love having you guys. Another day in the books. Like I said, there's no deeper dive tonight. You do get NBA live before lock, but there is Thursday night football, so the schedule's a little different. But keep your eyes peeled for my contenders videos, both NFL and NBA, along with prize picks. If you play on prize picks, I'm 4-0 so far this season. Back-to-back 2-0 cards. Turned 100 into 300 twice. Can't beat that. So come join us for all the content. Greg and I will break down this 2-gamer at 10 o'clock. NFL Strategy Show, though, Showdown Edition, 9 a.m. Come join Laffy and Matt Gajeski. Guys, that's going to be it for me. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your Thursday. I'm going to get out of here. Peace.